G'day everybody, welcome back to Valheim. Hope you guys are doing well and hope you guys are still being very merry and festive in this season, especially if you're watching this episode as it's coming out. I know I am, and we are sort of getting very close to the new year, aren't we? I mean, at least when this episode comes out, hasn't really been the new year just yet, I think. In the previous episode, we tried to decorate this space. I feel like we're not really making a lot of progress. We did make this thing, which I've settled on for the time being. And yeah, I'm sort of trying to think about all of the other stuff that needs to happen in this room. Still don't really know how it's all going to pan out, but yeah, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we tried to sort of decorate all the way up the chimney with, you know, different wall dividers and such, but it just made the place look really, really dark and gloomy, so I decided not to go with that and stick with just the bottom section. So speaking of, we do need to actually just replicate this on the other side, so let's actually go ahead and do that. And then we sort of make a decision on what to do after. So we have the bottom section already done. I just need to figure out how to get this top section in, and that really is the challenge. I'm not 100% sure how we did it last time. I have an idea of how it was done. Doesn't always mean that I'll be able to replicate it as well as I would like, but we'll give it a red hot crack. So maybe, just maybe, I want to start with getting the top sections done first, which is why I'm sort of just using plain wood temporarily here. Hopefully we can get things in place. Little bit hard to see what I'm doing here, thanks to the Yule hat. Yeah, no, that's not really the right position. But let's retry that. I think that's what we want. And then we sort of want to be able to do the same thing on the other side. I don't think I need another guiding piece of wood for that side, but if we do, we can put one down. I'm just feeling a little lazy about it. It's not bad, but I think we sort of need to push it out a little bit more. So maybe I do need to put that guiding piece of wood down just to make it easier on ourselves. I think maybe that works, but I guess the real test is going to be when we eventually place down the dark wood, so let's get it all in. No, not quite. Actually, what I want is for that to also guide the dark wood that needs to go in. So that's sort of where it needs to go. And then I need to just take that down. That should take its place, which is exactly what it's doing. Probably want to just get rid of that initially. Okay, that was really, really tricky to get. Okay, so I think we've got the same sort of look going on both sides. It's a little rough around the edges, but I'm fine with that. Okay, so now just want to get this piece in. Again, trying to center this as much as possible. Trying to also pop it out in front of the stone. And I'm really just trying to avoid having it sort of disappear behind the stone. And yeah, we'll put in the ash wood, which needs to go in these sort of openings here. Perfect. Alright, so we've got exactly the same thing on both sides. And I was sort of thinking, you know, since we're using dark wood on these sides, perhaps maybe it's not a bad idea to also use a bit of dark wood over here as well. So, and I think we can perhaps maybe just simply use the arches. And yeah, we'll place down these pieces as well. I think that's going to be good enough. Don't need to go too crazy. Though, yeah, the problem that I have with the arches is sometimes the stone pops out in front of it, which maybe what I could do is I could use the same trick as what I did for the sides. I can put like a divider or something like that in front first, and that will help pop out the arch into the spot that we want it to be in, you would hope. Yeah, something like that. So let's just place that one. Oh, is that really in the right spot? I don't feel like it is, because I still feel like the stone is sort of clipping through. Let's try that again. Could be just me not snapping things to the right spot. No, I'm still getting clippage. How did I manage to make it work on this side? I'm sort of thinking back at it. Unless I need to bring this forward even more, which I can do. I can do that. Maybe that much? Yeah, we'll see how we go. I think I still need another guiding piece, just at the very corner here. Hopefully that'll do the trick. So that's definitely sitting in front of the stone now, though it is sort of sitting a little bit taller than I initially expected. Let me play around with this a little bit more, guys. Yeah, I think that's better. I do see a little bit of clipping, but it's not as bad. So I think I'll live with this. And now all we need to do is just figure out a way to get a little bit more dark wood going from the bottom here. But we sort of need to get it aligned. I'm thinking maybe we can use the 1 meter poles and we can guide stuff a little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And then we do the same thing on this side as well. Yeah, that was totally unintentional, but sort of happened. It's kind of difficult trying to get to the guide only to try and remove this. That's alright. I think now that we've got this piece in, it shouldn't be so bad, I think. Place that back down there, and yeah, I think we can just alternate. Oh, actually, there we go. I managed to get the guide without even trying then. Alright, so that looks good as well, and yeah, this place is coming along. I think that looks decent. I do need to decide what I'm going to keep mounted on this wall at some point. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what just yet. At the moment, we've got the wreath because that's sort of seasonal, but I don't think it's going to be the wreath constantly. It is late, isn't it? So it's probably a good time for us to have a sleep, and yeah, I think we'll just check on the ask bin for a little bit in the morning, and then we sort of need to make some decisions on what to do next. I'm thinking of finding things that we want to mount on the walls, things like shields and swords and stuff like that. And I was doing a little bit of research between episodes, trying to see if there's a way you could get like a rotated effect on the wall mount, but I don't think that's actually possible. So we sort of need to live with what we have, with what we can do. So I'm wanting to have more of this, but I still have 10 minutes or so on that meal. Yeah, the serpent trophy, that thing is huge, and I don't know if I'm really much of a fan of it, to be honest, guys. I know a lot of you guys suggested to get the serpent trophy because it looks cool, but I mean, it does look pretty horrifying, to be fair. But, I don't know. I don't know if I really want a serpent trophy adorning our walls. Right, time to check on the Aspen, obviously. So, let's go out. Let's have a look. See what's going on. Maybe look after the chooks as well. Got a few dandelions here. Yeah, we've got some hatchlings going. It's good. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit more, obviously, before we'll get some more aspens. Another thing that we need to address is the positioning of these doors. I feel like maybe some of these aspens are getting out because the doors are a little low. So do I have enough wood to try and do that right now? Perhaps. Let me just have a look. If I just do that initially... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in the right position that I want it to be in. So going one more segment up where the Grouston is not really what I want. I think that's a little too high. Bit of a gamble here, but oh, actually, I do have the ability to make gates with the ingredients that I have. So I can maybe just play around to see if we can get it into the right position. I wonder if things are going to crumble down if I do that. Doesn't look like it. Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, okay. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. Okay. That's... I think that's close enough, guys. So... I just need to build the other side. What? Hang on a sec. Do I have a stone cutter out here? I don't think I do. Heavy build. Oh, I do have a stone cutter nearby. So... someone got a little bit angry there. I hope they're not, like, killing each other. Do have a couple of the hatchlings still there, so they seem to be okay. let's get the other side in. I'm trying to get it to snap from the right edge, but I don't think I can actually do that. Bottom inner. Perhaps, maybe there's a different way we can do it. So maybe we can use... Yeah, maybe I can just use that. And I can simply add this from that spot right there. Hopefully that's in the right spot. I think it is. And there you go. We've got a slightly higher door. Is it much higher than what we had before? Not really. Not really. I don't know. I don't know if this will cut it, really. Yeah, this guy... he is sort of getting close to getting out, isn't he? Like, I feel like maybe somehow he's able to climb it. I'd love to actually catch him in the act if he was sort of doing that, and perhaps maybe that might inform us of what we need to do to try and keep them inside. Maybe I can add like a pillar to the center sections here, you know, because initially I thought maybe we're going to have to build a cage after all, which I don't really want to do because cages kind of look a little bit, you know, meh. But maybe we don't have to do that. Maybe an additional pillar might be sufficient. Alright, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this additional serpent trophy, but I guess I could just keep it for bait if I do need to make some more bait at some point. Whoops, why am I rolling around like crazy? Yeah, these guys seem to really enjoy the carrot seeds. It's good to see. Ooh, and I've got my Aspen food, which I probably should leave back there. Yeah, so they can continue to enjoy that. Speaking of Aspen food, I actually don't really have a lot, so I might actually go out to the Ashlands sometime soon to try and do something about that. Eggs, let's just stash these first. Oh, we've ran out of space as well. Okay, I still have a little bit more egg. There. Yeah, that's fine. What else can I stash away? I don't think we really need to stash anything. I've got a bit of Grouston here, which makes me feel like there could be bits of Grouston that are missing from this build. Did I fix everything? I mean, it looks like everything's fixed. So why do I have some extra Grouston on me? That is a mystery. All good. I'm not gonna think too hard on that. If we find the problem later on, we'll address it then. Let's continue with trying to decorate. So I'm thinking maybe I need to take a look at my inventory at the forge to see what is it that we can make that would look good displayed. I'm sort of thinking like really big, like broadswords would be good. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the forge that we can craft that would fit the bill. Ah, here, serpent scale shield. So that's made with serpent scales. Okay. Maybe it's the black forge then that we want to play around with. Crom. Mistwalker is, yeah, one-handed. I'm looking for two-handed swords, basically. The Slayer might not be bad either. Though I think Crom has the look that I'm going for. But we'll need to make a lot of bronze if we're going to make more of these types of swords. I do have one sitting over here. And I might play around with it a little bit. Just to see what it looks like if it's mounted. Do we have enough for a mount? An item stand, rather. I keep calling them, like, wall mounts. I mean, it's not bad terminology if you ask me, but... Yeah, and there's also the strategy room that we sort of need to think about decorating as well, with additional things. But yeah, the idea is we would use Crom and yeah, that kind of looks cool. Kind of. Or do we do the other sword? The Slayer. This I can make pretty quickly. The problem is... do I have a normal Slayer? I might, because I remember I upgraded the weapon, not realizing that I need a base Slayer for some of the elemental upgrades. I think. Huh. Maybe I don't have one. Hmm. Just trying not to be too hasty here, guys, because if we do make another one, that's going to be like 30 flame metal. Which, look, is not too difficult to get organized, but still. Actually, it's 10 that we need, don't we? Oh man, okay. We don't have the coal. Look, I'm gonna make a Slayer just for the sake of testing what it looks like when we do eventually mount it, but I'm gonna go with Crom, and I mean we do need a little bit more flame metal because I do want to make some bucklers and stuff like that, or shields. So we'll try and produce as much flame metal as possible. Oh yes, and I just got rid of all of my wood. Goodness me. Throw that there. But if we do end up going with Crom in various locations, then I'm gonna need to source more tin and more copper. And that's going to be, yeah, quite a big challenge. Yeah, so I'm thinking, you know, an item stand there for a shield, and then like another one up there. Do things snap onto the item stands at all? Okay, they actually do. I think. Or maybe not. I think they might be snapping to the stone behind it. Yeah, I don't think that's quite center, so I would probably need to play around with that a little bit more. That's not half bad. I wonder if there's a way you can double up on the item stands once we've got the shield set up. I'm sort of thinking if we could put an item stand like right there, like in front of it. That'd be good. But I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I can't see the other item stand. Again, I'm not sure if there is any tricks that we can sort of do to try and get the look that we want. But yeah, even something like that, that looks kind of cool. So you've got the chrome behind the shield. I think it's going to be really a matter of placement of the item stands itself, and perhaps maybe if you do want to achieve something like this, you need to place the sword down first and then the shield after. I might need a little bit more sunlight to work with here, so let's have a sleep. Maybe I'm sort of making things a little bit harder on myself here because we're trying to decorate a difficult to reach spot as well. So maybe we could try to do it somewhere easier to reach initially, just to learn a little bit more about the mechanics. So maybe we'll use this wall, and it should help us sort of practice a little bit, but we do have, I think, the flame metal that's required now. Oh, actually, no, we don't. We are waiting for the coal. The coal should be ready, so I'm thinking we should go and get the smelting started. I remember early on, someone mentioned to be a bit careful about carrying fine wood when you're trying to use the kiln. And I completely forgot about it then, but I don't really think that I've wasted any of my fine wood. I wonder if perhaps maybe a recent update has introduced something to prevent you from burning away your fine wood. Anyway, so assuming that's where I want my shield, then perhaps maybe the sword goes here. And now, if we place things, yeah, okay, all right. It's not bad. It's not center though. I don't know why, because this looks pretty center to me. Oh, I keep doing that. But perhaps maybe we can just move the item stand ever so slightly. And I feel like maybe the shield was a little bit too low, but if I maybe place it there, maybe we can get what we want set up. So yeah, getting really, really close, and that kind of looks really cool. Is the shield in the right spot though. I feel like maybe there's an argument to be made to maybe move the item stand even more to the right. There, maybe? Okay, we've gone too far. There? Perhaps? I mean, it's pretty center. So that looks kind of cool. Yes, there's some details on the sides though, which don't look as nice, but you might not really notice it too much. So I'm thinking of doing something like that, although now we really need to just decide on what weapon we want to use. So let's maybe fetch a Slayer, or make a Slayer. I'm gonna leave Crom there because that does weigh a little bit. But once we get our hands on another Slayer, I'm hoping that might be our answer. We might need some Aspen hides, don't we? So let me throw a bit more wood back here. Maybe I can just split that. Aspen hides, I can't remember how many we need, but I'll just bring a big stack. And yeah, flame metal, I think we need 30. So a little bit from here. Ah, we had black metal in there as well. Might need to wait a little more. I can't remember how much flame metal we already have, but... And we need the sinews as well. Forgot about that. So 5 aspen hides. I'll use Fader. We may as well. This is probably a good use case for it. Sinews. Okay. Let's do it. No, that's not the right spot. Ooh, there are the tower shields as well. I forgot to consider these. That could be cool. Anyway, let's focus on making the Slayer. I'm getting distracted now. Let's see what this looks like. So... yeah, trying to do the same thing as before. Oh, guys, I'm confused now. That looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I want to try and do another position for the item stand. Just a little lower. There, maybe? That doesn't look like it's changed at all. Though, if I do it any lower, you might start seeing what's behind the, what's behind the sword, especially. Ooh. This is such a tough call, guys. I mean, gotta admit, I like the shininess of Crom compared to the Slayer. Sort of my initial thought. Hang on, let's see what happens if we put things in reverse. Yeah, no, doesn't work at all. And look, I also want to just test out once more how things would look if we just did the swords and shields separately. But I think the shield still needs to sit sort of slightly to the right, just with the way it mounts itself. I don't know why that's the case, but... okay, no, I don't think that's the answer. I think the answer is to combine them. So let's get these two in place at the very least. And I would say that we're going to have to do a little bit of shopping around for copper and tin. So I think what we'll do is we'll put that in initially. We'll get Crom in place, and then we'll use that as a bit of a guide for where the shield goes. Yeah, like that. That's perfect, actually. Because I do want to see the hilt as well. And the guard, especially. I can't remember if there are any more two-handed swords, aside from Crom and Slayer. So I might actually check on that between episodes as well. And yeah, if there are any better options, obviously we may switch. But if not, then we'll stick with what we have. The shield, however, I am going to remake, because I do want a different style shield. So let's go ahead and pick up the rest of our flame metal, and we'll see what we can do with changing the style. And I do need to also just check on all of the ingredients that we need for it. So not gonna go for the flame metal tower shield, because yeah, I feel like this is just going to cover up the entire weapon, and that's not really the intention. So 8 flame metal, 2 aspen hide, and the ashwood. And yeah, I should really stash Crom away. Sorry, not Crom, the Slayer. And yeah, we don't seem to have much more flame metal going here, so gonna need to get more. It's a bit of a waiting game. And I may as well carry some of this and bring this back. So how many swords am I going to need to make? I mean, that's tricky. Because I do want a set for that side and a set for that side, leaving me wondering what I would do over here in this section. I was sort of thinking we could get, like, I don't know, mannequins going, and we could have, like, different sets of armor sitting here. That might be pretty cool. But it does make the corridor a little bit narrow, doesn't it? It's narrow enough as it is. Perhaps maybe that's where we can utilize the shields, actually. And when I mention shields, the tower shields, maybe we can have a couple of tower shields here. Just to decorate the wall a little bit that way. And over here, I was sort of thinking of just getting another banner. Maybe. Doesn't make sense to do another banner. I keep trying to build with slot 3. I sort of need to keep that there though, don't I? So blueberries, leather scraps, cloudberries. Bit more. 2 blueberries, 3 cloudberries. Right. It's getting late. I think I want to go to the Ashlands once we wake up tomorrow morning. And I want to do a quick vineberry run. So we can get heaps of food for our Asphins. So let me remove that. And I just want to see how things look if we place a banner right in the center here. It doesn't look too bad though. I feel like I need to prop this up a little bit. Bring it away from this wall. Yeah. How did I do it for that one? I'm just trying to remember. That's a little low, isn't it? Doesn't matter if I have a small piece of wood sort of sticking up. Maybe it doesn't really matter too much. Does serve a bit of a purpose. But yeah, that doesn't seem too bad. Let's have a sleep. We'll have a decent meal for breakfast, and then we'll head out and try to see if we can get breakfast for the Asphins as well. Hopefully we can find quite a bit of food for them. Yeah. Don't want to muck about, just in case we need to have a bit of a fight. I mean, if I really wanted to take it seriously, I would need to change my armor. Actually, that could be the reason why things are weighing us down a little bit. We've got a whole bunch of armor that's still sitting in our inventory. Anyway, time to go. And I may as well cull our last Asphinn out there, because he's not really needed anymore, is he? I do feel sad about it though, still. But our Asphins seem to just be really good at getting into trouble. My lord, it is so dark. There he is. Mate, sorry, but your services are no longer required. Okay, so maybe initially, do we have any Yeah, we've got some smoke puffs here. They definitely eat the smoke puffs, I think. Got fiddleheads here. Coins. Not really that interested. Okay, I think that's enough, actually. I don't need to go all the way out to the ruins. Try and get those vine berries. I'm satisfied with what we have. Right, let's check on the other Asvins over here. We'll do a bit of a cull if we need to. Actually, maybe that's not such a good idea. Maybe I should leave them for the time being. And just get them to lay as many eggs as possible. The problem that I have with them, though, is that they tend to climb on top of each other. That's all. Alright, so let's do a couple of batches like that, and then a couple of batches of these as well. So they should be all very happy. Oh, okay, we've got a couple of new Askvin hatchlings here as well. I'll throw one more in there. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get a little bit more consistent on our Askvin meat production. Alright, well, I did all that prep for not really too much. I'm wishing I didn't really eat all of those really good foods. That's okay. Smoke puffs. I guess I can keep some smoke puffs in here. We haven't really been using smoke puffs as much, right? Maybe I can steal some of the smoke puffs from our own inventory and just give it to the Asvin. Okay, give me the blue shield. I think that's what we want. Yeah, let's do it. Right, now, time to place this in. And I think that's going to be the episode, but at the very least, this episode has allowed me to make a decision on how to decorate at least the two sides of the chimney. But as for the other side, I'm going to need to, you know, actually get the materials and stuff first. I really am perplexed, guys, as to why the devs didn't think about, you know, putting some kind of a rotation mechanism for these item stands. It makes total sense, right? As ideally, what I would like to do is to place, like, you know, swords, like, crossing each other, either in the back or in the front. But I can't do that, so I'm gonna have to settle with something like this. You know, guys, you know what? I've had another thought here, but considering we've got a banner up here, another one up here, maybe it's best if we move these banners to the chimney, and then we can have our weapon sets adorning the wall. And we can have one over here as well, and perhaps maybe another set up top, and that might be the limit of what we do with what we do here in this room. I think we've gone hard enough, wouldn't you reckon? I think it makes total sense to do that though. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. But yeah, I think we've still made some progress here. Not as much as I would like, but, you know, being able to figure out what I want in terms of placement is pretty important. But everything is trial and error for me, so I'm glad we sort of got a lot of that out of our system. Let me pick this up. And we need to sort of place this down somehow. Up top here. I don't know if I've used any kind of like backing for the banners on the other sides. But I think maybe we can get away with... Oh, maybe I do need some kind of a backing, to be honest. Which can be a little frustrating. Let me get rid of these. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of in the right position. And we do that. No, that's a little too high. I want it in the same position as the banners on the other sides. Yeah. So, sorry, let's get it right. Great. Alright, and we want the same thing going on this side. Yep. Makes total sense. Total sense. Alright, what a kerfuffle. I know we're sort of over time here in terms of the episode, but I just want to get this last thing in. I think I'll be pretty satisfied with the episode after that, you know, that we did enough. Oh my god. Keeps happening. Almost. Almost. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. It does look a little hovery though, doesn't it? Back there. Is there a way we could fix that, I wonder? Look, I think it's a decent start though. If we want to fix it, it'll have to be in the coming episodes, but I think the priority for me is really getting enough ingredients to make another Crom. I know that I have what it takes for another blue shield, so that's not really going to be a problem, but all of the copper and the tin, that's going to be a different story. Probably what we do for the next episode, to be honest. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, I hope you guys are still having a very festive time, maybe preparing for the new year. Hopefully you have a really good one and a safe one. Thanks for watching as usual. Drop me a like down below. Stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.